going on, world? Happy snow day. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of the Den Media Group, presented by AlphaClinicOnline.com. AlphaClinicOnline.com is the go-to website for all things healthy and enhancement. Go get your blood work done, get checked out, see where your levels are. As adults getting older, you got to make sure everything's working properly, and that's the biggest thing. Nothing else to it. Like right now, the weather's changing. It's a lot of stuff going on. Snow. The end times. This is when I believe to be the people in the purple and gold, the Christian Omegas that go out there and tell us that the end is near or whatever, and start yelling at us. Because I would have never thought I'd be seeing snow like this. Like this is crazy. It is muy frio outside. It is. It kind of goes for the. I thought we were not global warming. Was it climate? I guess that climate change. Like this shit is flipping like a motherfucker. But I'm used to. But what's crazy is it'll be 70 degrees in like next week sometime. So, just wild, man. Just wild. TikTok's back. Yeah. Oh, I don't really. I try to get into TikTok. I just can't. It's just like everything else. Just feels like a chore. Well, that's one more thing I have to get. But man, I saw somebody who's one of the FSU student managers. They I got a video from one of them just running around, and it was crazy how they're how the snow is on Doak Campbell Stadium's field. Like, I wonder what's going to happen when it all melts. That's the thing that I'm really, really curious about. Not inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, but we're still here. We are doing. We're still open, so if you can get out there, if you want to get away from your family because you're in the weather, come to Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. Today is Whiskey Wednesdays, so it's whiskey. No, was it whiskey and wine? Whiskey and wine Wednesdays. So you can come out there. We have drink specials to keep you warm. Actually, getting a message from Scott now. Okay. Also, if you need something to do for VD, we will have everything set up this week for you to be $100 for a couple. With that, let me make this announcement. The food menu is pretty good. You can pick between steak, lobster. Hold on, let me make sure I get this. I don't want to just lie to y'all when I can just read the damn thing. All right. We got a New York strip. We got lamb chops, grilled shrimp, sauteed chicken breast. We have broccolini, sauteed spinach, mixed vegetables, red potatoes, mashed potatoes, cheesecake, or chocolate temptation. $100 per couple, $60 per individual. You get a glass of champagne with that as well. We'll have live music. We'll have all kinds of other different things going on for that. So check that out. We'll be having that more of that pushed as we get closer to that time. Only selling 100 spots that we have available for that. So that's going on at Goodfellas. Outside of that, let me hear, Jaden, what's our script today? Because I got to fit something in because something really happened crazy to me. And I want to know if I should say it out the gate or if I should wait till more people come. Because I need to know if I should be mad, offended, or take it as a badge of honor. It happened with Trey. So I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to stall it out. We'll see how we can fit it in. But we're going to talk about how some men are a little weird these days. So what we got, Jaden? He unmuted himself. Just can't hear him. Oh.
Hello, can y'all hear me now? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, so y'all can hear me right now? Because it says in the chat they can hear me. James, can you hear me?
There we go. Now we can.
All right, y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, my bad, but good morning, everybody. Hope y'all staying safe in the snowy weather change happening. So, like I said, we're gonna get into the show notes. I have a couple pictures and videos regarding the snow in Tallahassee and in Doak Stadium. We got a picture too from Jacksonville as well early this morning. Then we're going to touch on some FSU with a little bit of an article or post by Clay Fink, and then talk about our women's basketball phenom player Tania Latson, and then discuss the odds for the season opener against Alabama for Florida State. Then we're going to get into the college football championship game, talk about some college football playoff players, not playoff college football players specifically. And then we're going to look at Jeremiah Smith, freshman wide receiver phenom for Ohio State. And then we're going to transition to the NFL, keep up to date with the Jaguars head coaching tracker. This website allows us to track all the moves the Jaguar makes for the head coaching position, and we have some pretty bad news, James, from what it looks like. Talk about the NFC North and their troubles this season, the Ravens, and then we're going to touch into the NFC and AFC championship games and teams that are coming up this weekend. Then we got our big games BS segment, and the Luther Kings are gaining a lot of traction yesterday for a lot of different reasons. Or excuse me, Monday. Wow, for a lot of different reasons. And we got this video out of Jacksonville from the JSO office. And then we got to finish it off with two basketball articles by LeBron James and Nikola Jokic, just so I can bless you guys' timelines with greatness. And man, this has been a pretty surprising week so far. And we got to start off with the snow. So I'm pulling up a picture for you, James, right now of I think this is what you're talking about, Doak Campbell. So let me pull it up for you guys. And man, this is crazy. I would have never imagined seeing this in Tallahassee. And yeah, this is a picture of the stadium, James. Did it ever snow while you lived there in Tallahassee?
Like I was a child. Now, like what I can remember. Never like this. I don't ever really remember it being like this. I've seen flurries. It's been really. What's crazy is it's times when it's too cold to snow. Like it just like we were talking about this on the show. I was like, people are like, don't realize it has to be like we've gotten to the teens, we've gotten below that, but then like it'll just freeze. But like you get that just the perfect combination of everything going on right now. But I wish this looks fun. That is an adult. Well, okay, as a college student or a teenager, or not teenager, teenagers got to shuffle this shit. Shovel this shit. But like when I was like in elementary school or something like that, this would have been perfect. But I also think that they were canceling school might have been a bit much. Now today, maybe cancel it for today, but like I think I think school was canceled yesterday for people in Tallahassee. So, but I think this looks like so much fun. It looks cool as hell.
Yeah, they canceled school yesterday and today. So I think they're going back to school tomorrow. And yeah, I
Might
just
be
been seeing
worse
out.
tomorrow. Like, I know nobody wants to do it because people hate their kids and their families because they don't want them around all day because they're going to be loud. But like, the dangerous part is when the snow melts. Like, now you got to drive. And people don't know how to drive in rain. Like, just imagine just the black ice. Unless it's like, what's the temperature going to be in Tally tomorrow? Like, I don't know, but it looks like I hope the kids are out there having fun, using energy. Make sure you put on a coat. Don't want to catch cold. The hawk out there. It's wow. I'm looking here. We got rain. Did you see any flurries or anything, Jaden? Because we only got rain over here. Oh, I don't know if he went out. Are you there?
Can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm sorry. I always forget about the when the microphone splits between the computer and my phone. So every time I try and check something on my phone, it like mutes my mic. So I need to keep remembering that. But I didn't see any snow. I just saw flurries from people on from pictures from people who live on the north side of Jacksonville, really. So yeah, that's all I saw.
That's crazy. I'm good. I'm good on this. They need to wrap this snow up, this cold weather up, by the middle of next week, so we can get back to being what we are in Florida. So I'm cool with all this.
Yeah, it's definitely different. And yeah, it was like before I went to bed last night, it was like 31. I saw like 31 degrees, and that's crazy. Would have
I
never
lit a
even
hell of a
expected
fire
it.
though.
Mm.
I had a good fire lit.
Yeah, I got a picture right here of a cop car, a JSO car having some snow on it. And yeah, like I mentioned, this is on the north side where this picture was taken. And man,
Because it snowed in South Georgia, just north of us. So I guess we just couldn't get it. I saw some of the kids on some of their the notes on IG saying it's snowing. So some of our South Georgia guys. So cool for them. This would be one of them where were you moments that they'll probably remember for the rest of their lives. We got 4 or 5 comes in, 4 or 5 gets in office, and immediately hell freezes over. 4-7 now. 4-5, 4-7 gets in office, and hell freezes over. Oh, that's funny.
yes. Man, the cold front really. You see all the people cutting up in like Houston and then New Orleans. They're making funny videos about being in the snow. It was hilarious.
Instead of salt and in the snow, they put what is that? Cajun seasonings and
Yeah,
and all this shit.
yeah, I saw that too. That was hilarious. And I know for schools in Tally, like we were saying, FSU, I know that FSU and FAMU, I'm pretty sure the 3 major colleges, they closed on Tuesday for sure, the whole day, Tuesday through Wednesday. I know Adrian was saying something in the chat, but I know that for the colleges. And yeah, I got these quick videos of Landis getting some snow, and you got some students on Landis observing the snow. Just want to share this video with you all so you can see snow on a memorable part of FSU's campus. And I'll play it for you guys right now.
To be in college again. Like, all right, now this looks bad. But this is when it first started, I guess. Why is he in a tree?
I have no clue why that dude was in a tree. Yeah, it was crazy, but now the snow picked up towards the end of the night. That's what this video showed as the night progressed, and you could tell by the lack of sunlight. But no, like you said, I saw a lot of pictures on my feed, because a lot of people don't realize, like, down here, like, a lot of people never had the chance to see snow. So everybody was kind of freaking out when they got a chance to see it at FSU and everything like that. So it was cool to see. Shout out T Rob 813. What's up? What's up? But yeah, so we'll get into some FSU news right now. Enough of the snow, just like James said. Hopefully it goes away because the Florida weather it's too wishy-washy. It goes one way, then it goes the other. But these guys were one way from the jump, and they are making headlines. Kudos to them. But there's only 2 Florida states with remaining college football eligibility that declared for the 2025 NFL Draft. Both had 1 year left, and both will attend the Senior Bowl in addition to Ryan Fitzgerald. No major news out of FSU today, but just a little recap on these 2 players, Azariah Thomas and Joshua Farmer, going to be present at the Reese's Senior Bowl this year on February 1st, along with Ryan Fitzgerald. And James, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about these prospects right here for the NFL? I know Azariah, very, very good defensive back, and Joshua Farmer, very good defensive player as well. How high is their ceiling for the league and just their overall perspectives of getting better, putting in the work, and do you think that these guys can get to wherever they want to go in their careers?
Oh, without a doubt. AZ right now, I would say projects a little bit higher because of what the NFL is looking for. Tall, long, rangy corner. And whatever, with being able to play man and zones, I think he just gives you more options, more things that you could do with. Josh Farmer, big body, wide body, D tackle, could probably play 4-eye. D tackle and basically 4-eye, so he could play 3. He could be a DN in a 3-3, and he could be a true D tackle, a true D tackle in your 4-3. I think I remember talking to some NFL scouts and GMs about him and Daryl Jackson. His stock probably wasn't gonna improve that much. He kind of is what he is. If he would have come back, coming back would have been more about his legacy than it would have been about anything else. You can see, depending on how he does, and actually the play of Braden Fisk helps him. If he goes out and he has a really good combine, really good showing at the Senior Bowl, you could really see him be able to be a late day 2 guy. If not, he's not going to fall. Like, he's definitely a draftable player, and a guy that would make it. AZ, depending on what he runs, could sneak into late in the first round, but probably a day 2 guy, probably second round, a mid-second round pick. Just again, measurables. Doesn't have any film where he's just getting cooked. So probably the 2 best players on a bad team, 2 of the better players on a bad team, and a lot of people will recognize that, and I think that would be they'll do fine. So kudos to those guys. Looking forward to seeing them next week at the Senior Bowl. We'll be doing some Den Media Group stuff out there. Hopefully we'll get some really good content from them. And so it's a whole list of guys. I want to get I got to make me a Skeetaboo, a Skeetabee shirt. Like that motherfucker cold. I just want to give him a cold ass Pilgrim shirt. But he's nice. So kudos to that. Should I answer that? Yeah, Bowl City, inbox me or put it on the time. Put it out there if you need a favor. Let me know what you need. But Jaden, your job is to hunt down. If you don't get anybody else, you have to hunt down those 2 guys. I don't know. It doesn't. You're muted. Yeah, you're muted, Jaden. That's why I got to be like Trump. We got to just no more working remote. Everybody has to come in. Oh, he's lagging. Well, but all in all, like I think people give. And I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people don't didn't like Farmer, and this is why, again, it's not me. They're doing what they feel like they're supposed to do, but like Farmer wasn't a bad player. Farmer was a really good player. Actually, if you go back and look at it, he's going to the CFO, the new hire for FSU. He actually played well, and just like when people were like, people got mad off of the rumor that he was looking to try to get more money last year, and that he was entering the portal when he never even did it. Like if you hit the portal, there's a process. Like you have to actually file the paperwork. It was a rumor that he wanted to hit the portal, and everybody was just super mad at him. And it just, you got to realize why you dislike or why you like somebody. And Farmer was the whole reason you dislike, and it's not even a reason. That's just the nature of the world. You dislike him because he participated in capitalism. And really, now the year before that, maybe it'd been a little bit more bullshit. But this year, like, there's no reason to dislike Farmer. Like, and to be honest with you, he had nothing to do with clearing out cap and making space for anybody else. Like, our money is our money. Actually, you'd be shocked if you knew how much money they offered him to come back. So it didn't clear out. Actually, they wanted him back, and it would have given us a bigger cap hit. We already talked about our is it on there?
My bad. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I texted that, but I had the article pulled up right here, so I'll share it with you all.
Okay.
Right here. Let me share this with you all. But yeah, it's speaking of what you're saying about cap space, handling the cap for the school with the agreed $20.5 million value from the House versus NCAA. FSU has hired a new CFO to handle this new budgeting for the athletic department. His name is Josh Turner, and this is his background, so you can get an idea of familiarity with his work. So just to reiterate, Florida State is set to hire Josh Turner to oversee the $20.5 million annual revenue sharing in cap, and he will act as the new deputy athletic director and CFO. He is currently the senior associate athletic director at Georgia Southern, and he previously worked as the assistant athletic director for the business ops at Miami. At Miami, Turner managed a $164 million operating budget and served as a primary football budget liaison. At Georgia Southern, he was responsible for the multi-million-dollar capital budget, contributing to the successful management of multiple facility upgrades. He also led financial reports efforts and served as liaison to Executive University and Atlantic Coast Conference personnel at Miami. So this is gonna be a very, very typical thing for these colleges nowadays, James, hiring the CFO. I know with the biggest news with the CFO route would be, or slash GM route would be Andrew Luck with Stanford. And then you have Wojnarowski from the basketball world going back to his alma mater at St. Bonaventure in New York. So, James, what do you think about this move for FSU and just for the program in general? Do you think this is a right step in the right direction that we need?
Yeah. I think it's I don't think it's a bad step. I think it's probably right on par with trying to make your organization more efficient and more real. Like perfect example. Florida is looking at, and I if he didn't take the job now, he still may take it after the season, but is looking to hire one of my good friends, Dave Caldwell. And Dave Caldwell is is the former GM of the Jaguars, currently an assistant GM with Philly. And what they're doing with that is, and you see what North Carolina's doing. They're hiring NFL GMs and things like that. This is a business. You can either adapt or die. Crying and complaining about how the situation is not going to change that the situation is what it is. Greed is what got us here. I joke with people. I said this was a situation that could have been solved for about an extra $1,000 a month for student athletes about 15 to 20 years ago. But instead, they try to stand on these principles that you did not believe in and have this passion because you convinced yourself that it's about the honor and the integrity of the NCAA. Like, we're not, like, the kids can't fucking see you're making, well, not even millions, billions of fucking dollars off of their sweat and labor. Well, now you have a pseudo version of the NFL. And what you need to do is you need to put in processes and systems that are similar to the NFL so that it doesn't get out of control. And you get true scouting reports, which, again, a lot of people were doing, a lot of the good schools were doing already. Hell, one of the things that made me interested and always stick around with Domo, and again, like, hopefully the relationship continues to grow and you guys see the 7-on-7 thing grow as I get into it, is we actually had a guy who was a former NFL scout that could come on and evaluate our talent and give our guys and help our guys. And that guy, the way that GMs and stuff think is just different. The way that some of these numbers guys think is just different. And eventually they're going to go to a salary cap. That will not take away the NIL, because NIL they did this backwards. They put the cart before the horse. NIL is marketing. Marketing deals are unlimited. You don't have any cap for marketing deals. But if they go and they give you if we would have done a salary cap or make them employees first, we would have never gotten the fucking Wild Wild West. And like, and I heard from a really good source of mine, a good friend of mine, outside of the big three. I call him, he's in the sports Illuminati. I'm really trying to get into that sports Illuminati world with them. But Miami, just places like Miami will have the opportunity to just be able to buy people if they want to. And I think that's where we're getting to, but you just have to kind of ride it out. You still have to have good coaches. And I don't know what to tell you with a lot of this stuff, but hiring this CFO, I don't know much about his background, but hiring a guy who actually can help you deal with numbers does make money people feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't want to feel, the one thing they don't want to feel like is that they're wasting their money and it's just going to different things. But structuring these contracts, enforcement of contracts, those are all things that I think will help guide Florida State to the right place.
No, I definitely agree. Can you guys hear me again? Just making sure.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just like you said, this is, I think, very typical and was needed for just the scope of it. You know, you can sit here and complain about the landscape of college football is changing, blah, blah, blah. But in actuality, like you said, you're going to eat or you're going to starve. So we have to eat now, and super excited to see, like you said, Azariah, Joshua, and Tits for Fits in the Senior Bowl. We will definitely get some good content of them, and super excited. And thank you again, James, for letting me know about the Senior Bowl and having me get access and stuff. Super excited for that. And finishing up with your homegirl, man. She's doing it again in the basketball world. Tania Latson. She has gotten another AP Player of the Week, and she is still, might I add, still leading the country in points per game. Yes, she's number one in points per game in the women's college basketball space. She's averaging 26.6 points this season. So huge shout out to her, man. Keep doing your thing, Tania. Keep putting on for FSU. And James, we got to finish out our FSU section /topic with this point right here. So I know we mentioned we like to touch on the Alabama FSU home opener, season opener, I might add, next season. So there's been some news per FanDuel that Florida State is the 7.5-point home underdogs to the Alabama Crimson Tide in their 2025 opener.
Hold on, Jaden. Hey, what's up, bro? Can you hear me? P.I.? Hey, you signed a jersey for a guy about a couple years ago. Do you remember that? It was a fan, but he's dealing with this thing called Kennedy's disease. Basically, it's Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. Okay. And he just wanted to tell you thank you. He just wanted to reach out. What's the best way? What's the best way for somebody for him to reach out to you?
Yeah, I mean, what do you suggest? I mean, he can call me.
Okay, I'll get him your info. I'll find out. But he listens to my show, and he just asked that. So obviously you're one of the most solid dudes I know. So I tell people if I could be more like P.I., I'd be a better person. But
man, look at you, man.
But
I appreciate that.
But yeah, I just wanted to check that out for you.
That's awesome, man. Well, good. I'm surprised that that means something to him. So.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I joke. My mama says it beats signing the check sometimes. So if they still want the autograph, keep signing it because one day they're not gonna know who you are.
Right, absolutely. I agree with that. Keep signing that, man. All right, you doing all right, man?
Hey, man, minus the BS, my life's great, man. I could complain, but it sounds like bragging.
All right.
But nah, man. But I'll hit you up later, man. I just wanted to I didn't want to forget that. Okay. So right, I'll let you know. Oh yeah, did y'all get snow? Was you throwing snowballs with the kids?
Man, I was out there all day yesterday. So
did you pour Lawry's and Creole seasoning on like instead of salt on them? Because they had me out there. I was dying laughing looking at them cats doing some stuff like being real New Orleans.
That's crazy. My son put some in a cup. And he put a Hawaiian punch on it and some and like some of the syrup from the cherries.
Yeah.
This is my youngest. He was like, man, don't eat that.
Hey man, your youngest one is wild, man. This is the one that came that we I know we had the one that yeah, man, he wild, man. You know I'll be out there for the Super Bowl, then I'll be back out there for Battle New Orleans for 707. So I'll be there. Okay. In I guess whatever the Super Bowl is, 3 weeks for that. But and then I'll be there March 15th, March 14th, 15th, and the 16th.
Holla at me, man. Let's do something while you're out here. If you got time for the Super Bowl, I definitely want to see I want to come check out the Battle of New Orleans.
Yeah, 7-on-7 gonna be crazy. Like it's I hate it still because it's not football, but. Yeah. I like marketing and doing stuff. So like it's competitive though. It's still, those guys get active, man. It's it'd be something that you bring the kids to and they'll make them be like, all right, man, let me step my game up. Let me get ready to go do this and practice. I just don't like that they're barely clothed. I was like, man, we got to get y'all some baggier gear, man. They out here in leotards, but basically they out there in them damn onesies.
That's pro day.
Yeah, it's pro day. That's what it is basically pro day for hours. So like, yeah, but yeah, but that's it. Bye, brother. I'll holler at you though.
All right, bro.
All right. So, Bowl City, just hit us up on the social media. I'll make sure I get you that information so that you can reach out to him. P.I., for those who don't know, is Paul Irons, played tight end for Florida State from 2001 to 2004. Yeah, because I was 05, so he was there. Dear friend of mine, so good. Got me through my freshman year in college. Like I was going through hell my freshman year in college, man. I wasn't gonna make it. I was like, this is crazy. But P.I., Chris Ricks, Michael Boulware. Guys like that kind of help pick me up and make sure I got through. P.I.'s story is crazy because he was under-recruited at St. Aug High School. For those who don't know what St. Aug High School is, it's one of the best. It's an all-boys school in New Orleans. It's one of the best football programs in New Orleans. It's actually where Coach Yak coached at. He was the head coach at St. Aug. Another notable person, Leonard Fournette, went to St. Aug High School. My boy TG used to call them the Purple Punks because they were purple and they were all but like just P.I.'s family is very New Orleans. His mom actually ran for mayor. She lost to Nagin. But luckily, because she would have been the mayor during Katrina, so she didn't have to deal with a lot of that other stuff, man. But that's again, P.I.'s one of them salt of the earth guys. I don't believe a lot of people in their religious stuff. A lot of people tell me BS. They say BS. They say they live one way and they don't. P.I. is one of those guys that whatever P.I. I believe is real. So he's a good dude. So Bull City, just inbox me. DM me on Twitter at BigGameJames_36 or IG or any of those different mediums. And you can send me your information. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll shoot it to him and he'll make sure he calls you. But all right, my bad about that, Jaden. Let's go back to this talk. Let's talk about bump this Christian stuff. Let's talk about what really matters, gambling. All right, so let's go back to the Alabama stuff. Shout out to my boy Dakota Fag in the picture right there. Quincy's Coon Bottom's own, Quincy, Florida. Man, another reason why athletes should get paid. We'll talk before we get into the story about him. He was a second round grade, went to the NFL Combine, doing the Combine drills. Do you know what happens to him? Plants blows his ACL out. NFL career over before it started. So when people don't participate in the fucking Combine or in bowl games, I tell them I completely understand, because if Deco didn't do any of that, he would have still been drafted. But sorry about that tangent. Let's go talk about the Bama game. He does look like T.O. He does. Joe, I can't hear Jaden, so I'll tell more random stories about Dakota Fag and local Tallahassee Big Bend football. There was a game my junior year. I think it was a spring jamboree. Somehow Gabi was playing. Gabi was playing. It was something that was crazy, but it was somehow William Gay. Was William Gay, Dakota Fag, and Lindell Bimbo were all playing each other, and it was crazy because you could hear a gay fag bimbo was just when they're saying the names, man. It was wild, man. Like gay fag bimbo, gay on the tackle. Oh man! Shout out to William Gay, South City 22, Mr. Super Bowl champion, and all them stuff, man. Definitely all D. Ooh, that might be a skit that we do. The all DEI team, just the most, That would be the first thing I'd do I'm sorry, I know you gotta have pride in your name, man, but like if my last name was fag or gay, I'd probably go ahead and change it. And I know a lot of gays. But yeah. Are you there?
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so sorry about that. And I was just wondering, do you think 7.5 is a high enough or low enough value for the game despite our last season? Do you think this upcoming season is still kind of murky and not too sure where we lie, especially from the QB position?
I'm not aware. Here's the thing. Alabama doesn't take physicality well anymore ever since the old man left. I'm going to, regardless, man. I'm not betting a human, but I'm betting Hard Rock. Run that shit up. Actually, I'm taking less points. Actually, I'm taking this on the money line. And the over. Yeah. Don't bet me. I'm not betting a human. I'm betting Hard Rock, man. So I may actually, because I may be feeling kind of frisky that day. So I may even put more money. But Bama, what made Bama different was Nick Saban. And I think I do, but now, however, I will say this. Their coach in year 2 is like when he was year 2 at Washington, I believe, is when they first made the playoff. So he is a good coach. But if Milroe is still there, I like my chances. And I think did you see the video of Tony Williams? Like I'm getting more excited every day about Tony Williams. Did you see the video of him talking to the team?
I think I may have seen the video, but Jalen Milroe declared for the draft. If you don't remember, James.
So who's the quarterback?
That's
a new quarterback, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, man, run that shit up. I was with that shit with him, but this is Tony Williams. This is why I believe in our defense. You know, guys know me. I'm an unapologetic Adam Fuller fan. But sometimes you need to, when you get a new breath of fresh air and some new coaches, and I'm looking at the way these guys are recruiting. They're recruiting. Matter of fact, shout out to them and my friend Devin Respres. My bad, Tony. I said Tony. Wait, what else? I said the wrong name.
Yeah, you said Tony Williams, I think.
Man, Tony W.
Yeah, well, yeah, you said
Tony with a W, man. Y'all know that motherfucking name. When the defense makes some stops, then I'm gonna remember his name. But like, Tony Williams is what they called him. But nah. But listen to him talk real quick. I got the video here.
Get over to the ball.
Hold on. My bad. Here we go.
Where's the ball? So there. Well, get your ass to the ball. Get over to the ball. Whether you got to throw a guy off here, whether you got to jump over a guy, whether you get cut blocked and the ground's on fire, you hop up and you run to the ball and you get there. That's aggression. So we're going to be the most physical team, we're going to be the most aggressive team, and we're going to be the hardest playing team.
I liked it, man. The man was speaking with some passion and some fire, and the more people talk to me about him, we got a coach with our 7-on-7 from Nebraska, Abdul, and he played at Nebraska, so he knows him, and he coaches in Nebraska, so he knows him, and so he was just talking about how good of a coach he is and how they liked him. So I can't wait to go over and meet those guys and see it for myself. When I smell it for myself. Because you know how I am right now. I ain't, man. Last year, my sense of smell was off, clearly. But the standard is the standard, and I'm going to go see if it's on standard. And and I'm going to go and I'm going to sit next to Mickey Andrews. And if Mickey says that shit where it's like, you know how my day you could hear, you know how you can know where the defense and the offensive line were at? You could hear the screams. Saying right now it sounds like they're having an aggressive pillow fight. I should have listened to the old man. If it sounds like they're having an aggressive ass pillow fight, then I'm not saying shit. But I want to go see it. I'm gonna go check it out. I can't wait for it. I'm excited about where we're going to be at, and you know I can't wait. Again, my alarm is my pinned tweet on Twitter, and I mean on Twitter, excuse me, on IG. Oh, shout out to Honor. It's Honor's birthday, but this is my
Our standard. What is your standard? What is our standard?
Gotta wake up like that every day. Mike, I wake up to Mike yelling at me every day. What is your standard? What is our standard? And Mike, this shit, that wasn't the standard, Miguel. I need Miguel Blanco to come out here. White Mike. Not white, not Mike, not Michael. need White Mike to come back. So, but yeah. So, long story short, I'm laying the points. I'm taking that bet against Hard Rock. I'm not betting any of you Negroes or coloreds or pilgrims or whatever the fuck people calling it. Peeps, dunnies, whatever the hell people's calling themselves these days.
So the next thing we got to share, they need to have an age cap on the college football playing field because this is just insane. So East Carolina punter Luke Larsen has officially entered the NCAA transfer portal today. So by the time this was posted, this was Monday at 9 p.m. And he is 32 years old. He is the oldest player in college football. So James, what do you think about, you hear these exorbitant ages, 20, 26, 32. You talking about the Miami tight end, Cam McCormick, if I'm not mistaken. And then you got Luke Larsen. What do you think about these players with these unks in college football? That's all I have to say.
The word was it not the word for the day. The what did Pop say on Friday? I want you to get up off your ass and go get a job. A J-O-B. Get your ass a job, son. Like, unless it is a good story that is being said with this, like he's being a doctor. But if all you're doing is playing football, man, you are this is what's ruining sports. Hold on. Sorry. Let me go. Sorry, everybody getting this business. Some of these texts is it's crazy. But now, basically, I need them to get a job. All I'm saying is like it's getting ridiculous. Like remember we saw the running back from Florida State. We were talking about him. Was it Rajah Gul or something like that?
Yeah, you called him Rajah Gul. Yeah.
So he do you know why he didn't come to Florida State? Does anybody know why he went to South Carolina? Why he did not come to Florida State? This motherfucker's in his 7th year. This will be his 7th year of playing college football. Was anybody aware of this?
Had no clue.
7 years of a running back is a lot of fucking years of mileage. You are a grown ass man now. Now, not just that. We don't even know if he's eligible for next year yet. They got to put in a special waiver for him. But he wanted money. And we could not invest that kind of money that he wanted into a guy who might not fucking play. South Carolina was willing to do that. Now, I will say everything has to, there never needs to be a black and white thing when it comes to this. Like, there does need to be a little bit of gray area, but like, I think there does need to be an age limit though. Like maybe you serve the term, like even if you serve your first contract, in the NFL, but like if you've played, like, does it say what's the 32-year-old? Does it say how many years is exhausted in the NFL? I mean, in the NCAA in that tweet?
No, but I'm gonna look it up right now while you keep talking.
Like, cause I mean, if he's like I said, if he went to the Army or some shit like that, if he played like Major League Baseball for a long time, but for every Winky, there's the guy for the tight end from Miami. Come on, dog. At a certain point, you're predatory. Why do you want to be around little boy? I didn't want to be around kids my age when I was their age. So, like, what do you have in common with and you're in East Carolina, like, you're going to different places, like, if this is really what we're gonna do, let's just really just call it what it is. It is a minor leagues, and you just like it's a step down from the NFL. Like it's just like we're not. There's nothing a 32-year-old has in common with an 18-year-old at that point, unless you're just there's nothing. Like not even for like true like mentorship. We're not on the same age. We're not in the same bracket. We're not hollering at the same women. We don't have like I have. You're probably starting to get flare ups with gout. Like these guys are like you can't eat what these guys eat anymore, or like they eat anymore. It's just a silly it's silly all around.
I got some information for you, James, and for the chat, just so we can understand his background and how he got to this position. First things first. So he's 32 years old, and he just wrapped up his 5th season of college football, but he's still eligible for one more year, meaning that he'll be there until he's 33 years old at a different campus. However, since he entered the transfer portal, but you wonder how he got his start. So he's from Australia, and he didn't pick up football until he was 28. He became a punter and enrolled at ECU, Eastern Carolina University, in 2020, where he has remained ever since. He's now a grad student finishing out his MBA.
All right, this is a good story. This isn't a story agreed. But when you said he's although actually Miami's Australian, the only one that's of age is Mastromano. But you know that we had, but most of the punters are. Oh, I need to get a Tits for Fits jersey too, shirt, man. Damn, I gotta get a lot of shit done before Tuesday. Damn, man, let me get on that. I gotta talk to him. I got a lot of work to do. But yeah, this one's okay. He's foreign, like what Bobby said. We got different rules for people from foreign countries. So, but all in all, I still don't like it when guys are just super stupid old playing college football. Go get a fucking job, man. But he's going to get his MBA, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, huge shout out to Luke Larsen for his story, and hope you're pushing it through, man, and stay safe out there wherever you transfer to. Good luck to you and your punting career. So now, James, we will touch. I feel like this didn't really get a lot of mass media attention. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm lying. But the College Football Playoff National Championship came to an end with Ohio State beating the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 34-23. And I got this cool infographic right here before we enter the topic. But so this is the first winner. Ohio State is the first winner of the 12-team playoff. And back in the 2014-2015 season, they were the first winners of the 4-team playoff. So they're repeating history. I thought this was a cool graphic to look at just to see how the scope of college has changed, especially when it comes to the playoff, adding 8 more teams in between those 10 years. So, James, I'm going to read you off some of the stats of this game while we get into the nitty-gritty details of it. Share this tab with you all so you all can see these stats as well. We'll get into it. The quarterback play was better in this game compared to the previous college football playoff games. Riley Leonard, 22-31, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. You got Will Howard on Ohio State, 17-21, 231 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Quinshon Judkins, man, you could not stop his run for Ohio State. 11 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Will Howard even was on the ground as well with 16 carries, 57 yards. Riley Leonard was the leading rusher for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 17-40. And our boy, Jeremiah Smith, he turned it up a little bit this game. 5 receptions, 88 yards, 1 touchdown, a long of 56. And Jaden Greathouse for Notre Dame was on top, 6 receptions, 128 yards, and 2 tutties is insane. So, James, before we get into more of the team stats, what were your thoughts on this game? Were you surprised by Notre Dame's lack of performance, especially when it comes to the third quarter? They were down 31-7, if I'm not mistaken, at one point in time.
Moment was I think when is this a safe space to not get judged? I just speak my mind. because this is what happens every time a black coach tries to not embrace his blackness. Like, you got your ass whooped. Like, you needed the spirit of your ancestors to flow through your veins, but you're trying to make a point where does go up against the real woke movement is the people who keep calling everything woke. That's the new woke movement. But like, that's more of a tongue-in-cheek joke on that. Ohio State's just got more talent. And here's where I would argue against, like, the quarterback play was better. But what do I consistently say is one of the keys to life? You want to have a happy life. It's not happy wife, happy life. You need top. You need a lot of top. And the best way to get top is to run through a motherfucker's face. Can you go back can we blow up the stats again here so we can look at this shit again? Like, I don't even need to see what the time of possession was. All I saw was 41 fucking carries. Did I see that correctly? 41 fucking carries. You know how much, how crazy that is? 41 rushing attempts to 26. You can have more penalties when you do that kind of shit. The motherfuckers had a fun. And the crazy thing is, the game wouldn't have even been closer if I think Judkins fucking fumbled the ball while he was going, like, while they were pushing the ball down the field. We'll talk about Jeremiah Smith because Jeremiah Smith is fucking great. But like, 41 fucking carries, dog. That is pushing somebody. No Diddy. That's pushing somebody's shit in. Like, that's the training day clip with Smiley in them. When at the end of it, when the man was like, they're gonna try to rape him and then kill him. Ethan Hawke say, I always get love from the homies. That's basically which is ironic. Did you know Smiley's not Spanish? Did you see Training Day? Jamie?
Wait, he's so they call him. Is that the same guy they call Hector? Like he's Hector in every movie?
No, Hector's Hector in every movie, but not Hector's Spanish. The leader of the gang, Smiley, isn't. No, he's Polynesian.
Oh yeah, he's from New Zealand. Yeah.
Oh, he's a Mari, one of them things, man. But like, he ain't Spanish. I was mad. Yeah, it's just like I was mad about when I found out that the dude from Shaft wasn't Spanish, man.
The light skinned guy.
Yeah, because he played Martin Luther King. He's well versed, but like I just knew he was. Yeah, you see what this is? This is 1,000 count Egyptian cotton, motherfucker. Like, it was just, but then now that I think about it, he was such a Spanish stereotype that he couldn't have been Spanish. Like, he's what the guy Coleman Domingo was playing. He was playing the black dude, the heterosexual black dude, like a gay dude would play a heterosexual black dude. But anyways, they pushed their shit in. They bullied them around, and no matter what level of football you play, a good top and banging them is going to always keep you good in life. And I just, my guy got to get. And what's wild is that, normally it's the Catholics that be beating up taking advantage of little boys, and they got taken advantage of. And I think somebody made the call that the game was getting out of hand, and I think that's why Quayshawn fumbled the ball. Because I stopped watching this shit. I was like, it's getting late. I'm going to go smoke me a cigar. I just got back from Miami. I got shit to do, whatever. But it was why we need to go back to a 14 playoff. And also why we just need to have more transparency in voting. And we wouldn't need to be in this situation. That being said, I feel like I'm in the minority but in like 5 years, everybody will be talking about how good college football is again. Right now, everybody's just a prisoner of the moment. I actually enjoy college football. It's just, we're not used to seeing Yankees and Northerners play each other in the college football game. So it wasn't the North versus the South. But we'll get back to it. Will correct itself. The market will correct itself.
Before we get into other infographics and just some points and facts I wanted you in the chat to see. I think the biggest disparity from this game would be the lack of effort on both sides of the run game. But at Notre Dame, you can't have your leading rusher be your quarterback, first of all, and you can't allow for 41 rushing attempts in a game. That is, you're going to lose.
One of the worst ways to lose is being absolutely dominated. Like, they were so everybody thought, oh, well, you threw the ball. There's nothing you can do. Like, that's just kind of okay. After a certain time, you just like, okay, they just keep throwing the ball. But when they run the ball for 5 to 6 yards a clip, and you're just getting pushed around, like, man, that is just demoralizing. Like it's especially when it's like 3rd and 1 and they keep converting like the short yardage stuff. Go back to what was the third down conversion? What was the third down conversions? 3rd and 4th down. You got to blow it up. Oh, holy shit. 9 for fucking 12? Oh my God. You know what they probably, I'm not even looking at it. I would have to go back. You know, the ones they probably didn't convert, it was probably when they threw it. Like, just sitting there, you're just getting blown up. Man, it's a tough one, man. The best thing about all of this is you never want to be the next team that they face. The next team that they face will be the Miami Hurricanes. And they have a point to prove. And it's unfortunate that they play on the 30th because that's the same day that we play Alabama, because my ass will fucking be down there at that game with a green jacket and slacks and all. But damn. Everybody is told, breaking news real quick, everybody's told the Jags no.
No. Ben
Johnson told them no.
Oh, yeah.
Cohen told them no.
No, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
Oh, my bad. I just got a text.
So we're gonna get to the Jaguars in a second, but I just want to share with you all some infographics of the college football playoff teams, Ohio State and Notre Dame, and some of the players, just some key facts. So shout out to OptaStats. You know, we got to shout you out, coming through with the great stats. And speaking of better quarterback play, in the last 20 years, only one FBS or NFL QB has had a game where he threw for 200 plus yards, rushed for 50 plus yards, completed 80% of his passes, started 10 for 10 or better, rushed for 8 or more first downs. That one QB was Will Howard. And man, he definitely showed out where it mattered most. And shout out to Will Howard. And these are the last college football.
While you're doing it, this is why people overinflate quarterback salaries, because we overinflate the importance of the quarterback. We just saw the fucking stats. 11 for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns is why they won that game. That was not Will Howard. That was Quayshawn Judkins. That's why they won that game, man. The running back room collectively won them that game, and the defense. But you know who's going to always get the credit? The quarterback. So, and that's not saying that he didn't do well, but, you know, kudos to him. Kudos to him. Kudos to him in the hype train.
So, you know, we got to touch on these are the previous college football championship winners through the years. Ohio State, like we mentioned, won the first championship for the 4-team playoff. Then transition, obviously, got Bama, Clemson, LSU, Georgia, Michigan, and Ohio State. And I feel like kind of something you touched on, James, in the South, I felt like this game wasn't as big as it usually is because we don't have a Southern representative to be in the mix. Now, you had Ohio State and Notre Dame, but look at the past couple of years, we had a lot of Southern teams to represent us, even if they are in a different conference. So that's maybe why I felt like there was no huge draw to the game, especially down here. But yeah, these are just a list of the champions during the past year. And James, my question for you is, which team out of these former championships was the best of the best for these 11 teams right here.
$21 Bama. No, 20 LSU. My bad. 20 LSU.
Yeah, that's when that was one of the best, arguably one of the best teams.
Yeah, 20, out of this group, 20 LSU. But there's something interesting in this that nobody will talk about because it's not as popular, because it's easy to say the SEC is the most dominant conference, or the South is the most dominant conference. The South is where the dominant football comes in, which is true because when you do look at these, because you add Clemson to it. But there have been 11 college football playoff champions, right? 6 have come from the SEC. 5 have come outside of the SEC. 2 have come after, well, they should not have been because they did not win their conference championship. One, you saw 2 SEC teams play each other in a rematch during that span. And one of those SEC championships was in a year when the world shut down. It's not taking anything away from them. They were still very good. I'm just saying that if you make it even, every conference champion has an opportunity to beat every other conference champion. Like, there needs to be more weight in that. Most conferences have 1 to 2 teams every year that can play with anybody. And that's the truth.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with your stance on LSU taking home the crown as the best of the best. And speaking of best of the best, we have to talk about Florida's own Jeremiah Smith. He's been breaking records and he's been doing his thing as a freshman, might I add. So right here for you guys, he has the most receiving yards by a Big Ten true freshman. Man, he's really been doing his thing. And we got another post right here for you guys of his freshman season stats. So you all can look at this and be the judge of his dominance. And so we're going to get into it. 76 receptions, 1,315 reception yards, 16 total touchdowns, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Big Ten Wide Receiver of the Year, AP All-America second team offensively, 2025 Rose Bowl Offensive MVP, and he got a daddy. So, James, what do you think about Jeremiah Smith's future? And do you think he can be one of the greatest of the greats when it comes to the OSU wide receivers?
Yeah, as long as he stays there.
You think he would be tempted to go in the
Miami's
portal?
trying to offer this man like $5 million. Like shit, I can't tell him to turn down the money, but like, that's a lot of money to turn down. And you're going to make it for 2 years. You'll make more, but if Ohio State's able to keep him, like, to me personally, even if he goes to Miami, and even if Carson, I think the world of Carson. I don't think, I'll know more about Carson's injury here, obviously, because of my relationship, but Carson can't throw till June, realistically. And even then, coaching still comes to matter. Jeremiah Smith won a natty, but still lost to Michigan. They lose twice or once.
I'm pretty sure they lost twice.
With Jeremiah Smith, they lost to Oregon the first time, and then they lost to Michigan. So that means, and I believe Ryan Day and Chip Kelly are exponentially better coaches than anything in Miami. And they have a talented roster. And I think that will, so even if he left to go there, It'll be fine. But here's the better part. It's like, what does he want? I don't think people even care about it. And I don't mind. People don't care about it. Legacy-wise, he could be the great. Doesn't matter. He's basically cemented himself as being the number 1 overall pick in 2 years. As long as he doesn't like just have any major injuries or anything like that happens, the kid is going to be an all-time great. And I don't know what else to say about that. The kid is just nice. Like, and which is why it's funny about my argument and how people got mad at me about Travis Hunter, right? Travis Hunter is the best wide receiver in the nation, right? He's a Biletnikoff winner. But if Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams were available in the draft and Travis Hunter was available in the draft, which one would you take first? I'd ask you, Jaden, who would you take out of those 3 first?
So the options were Travis, Jeremiah Smith, and who else?
Ryan Williams, the fruity freshman from Alabama that was setting the world on fire.
So if they all 3 of them were in the draft this year, who would I take?
Yeah, like who would you take first?
I'll take Travis
over Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, that's a hell of a statement. I'm not taking him. I'm not saying that's not saying that Travis isn't good. I'm taking Jeremiah Smith and I'm taking Ryan Williams before I take Travis. And the same thing at DB. If I take the Texas DB. I'll take this Ohio State corner. It's a couple guys that I would take just purely off of that. And that's not saying that Travis Hunter isn't special or immaculate. I just don't know what the fuck he is. But that being said, he is special, but he's also malnourished. But boy, these Jags, I got some Jags fans, and I might have to do a special Jags show later today. This snow is not making people happy. But yeah, so Jeremiah, to your point, Jeremiah Smith's special, dog.
No, yeah, definitely one of the top young players to look out for. So I wanted to share with you the past, 7 college football championship games. And you can see from these scores that they were all decided by multiple possessions, James. I know the worst being that TCU Georgia game. Everybody was so fearful of that happening again. But just look, from the past couple of championships, we have starting all the way from Clemson and Bama, 44-16, and even last night with 34-23. So, James, my question to you is, do you think that the college football playoff championship and even the championship will keep being these multiple possession games, or do you think now with NIL there'll be little closer games, little closer score totals, smaller score totals, or do you think you can see this trend happening for a long time?
I think NIL might have just made more parity. I'm looking at this shit like, holy shit. I didn't realize Clemson beat the shit out of Bama like that. You know, you forget, right? So ass whooping, thorough ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Hell of an ass whooping. Matter of fact, statutory grape, if you ask me. Ass whooping. And to be honest with you, it's an ass whooping, but the score looks like it was closer than what it was, because it was a one possession game until up until late. But Notre Dame was never in that game. I personally think it's just about attrition. Like, you just got to have the depth at this point. With the longer it goes, I think the longer schedule makes it closer, because I think that's really what's really helping it. And yeah, and they have to get on the same page. I don't. There's no such thing as having too much football.
You feel fat after that much football.
But I think we might have had too much. I think they probably they can maybe push the week up. Like, don't make the season so long. Don't give them like the 3 weeks for the bowl stuff. Like,
we had the NFL playoffs. What was that, 4 games?
yeah. So you got maybe play this on. I know what it is. This needs to be played before the NFL games.
Yeah.
So instead of it being on Monday, it probably should have been on Saturday. No, it was games on Saturday and Sunday with NFL. It should have been on Friday.
Right.
If this was when we were going to do it. It's just too much. And it's late. And it's on Monday night. Here's the problem. You're playing it late on Monday night. So your fan base is younger for the most part, right? Us old heads got to go to work too, man. So like, you got to get up Tuesday morning. Like,
I felt like this was the most football, and you couldn't miss anything because they were all games with stakes.
So Friday night, right? We're good. They conditioned us to like Friday night as family night anyway.
Yeah, right.
Like y'all, actually, some of y'all too. Jaden, you too young to know this. Your mom would know this. Actually, no, I don't. No, actually, that's making me the same age as your mom, which makes me feel old. So I don't know if she would know this or not.
Dang, you call my mom old? No,
I'm old, man. This was a long time ago, dog.
No, I'm just playing.
I think your mom's a little older than me, so like I don't want that to be. I don't want that for us. I want us young. She doesn't look old. I'm just saying I don't want that for us. But they had TGIF. The song was "It's Friday night and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun. Show you how it's done." TGIF. We can go. That was when black people never thought about Friday nights being pizza night until TGIF came along and showed us that this is what the white people in the Midwest were doing, or made us believe, because who knows what white people in the Midwest were really doing during this time. I started asking my mom for all kinds of ridiculous shit that we couldn't afford. Mom, I want the Little Caesars, Big Caesars pizza, the little long rectangle shit. And we would just eat that and smack and watch Family Matters and Full House. Imagine doing that on a cold winter evening, fireplace lit, snowing in fucking Florida. We're sitting around as a family watching some violence on a rectangular football field. Brings families together. College football could do that. It'll make more money. I'm giving this free game. I'm giving this free marketing advice. I remember they did it during March Madness. They used to, like, Pizza Hut had a thing where if you bought a pizza, you could get like a special March Madness basketball that came with it. Like, you could package it with all of this shit. Like, the special national championship cups come with the pizza that you buy. Like, I'm spending $700 anyway on fucking pizza. Pizza's ridiculous. But long story short, the blowouts aren't going to change. We just got to chill out. We got to, they're just playing too much football. Like, at that age, they need to be studying for. They're in a new semester. They ain't even in school yet right now. Like, you can't keep calling them student athletes and then doing everything but letting them be students.
I heard the bars in Atlanta weren't even like prepared because they weren't ready for it. There were so many places where people were not only trying to get in to watch the games, but to get away from the cold.
Yeah.
Fire marshals had to tell them, no, you can't get in.
I wonder if that's what happened to our strip club in Charleston. Like, we had to shut it down. They had like 360 people there.
It's like people
and
forgot.
The guy is supposed to count, and he didn't count the staff. The staff counts toward the fire code, and just like they came in, but it was crazy. He's like, we made a lot of money. He was like, so yeah, man. So
You own a strip club in South Carolina?
I like how that's what you got out of that.
Wait, you said our strip clubs. I was like, wait.
I said I have a vested interest in, and my bad, did I say strip club? Because that's so demeaning. That is not what we run. An adult chicken wing establishment. And there's 3 of them. But that's the cigar lounge. That's why I always tell people, when people say the cigar lounge is closed, I'm like, how the fuck are we going to close? One, we own the building, and we literally have a bank. Like those things make a lot of money. And a lot of the people, which is also why I laugh and I joke, a lot of the people that y'all think are wholesome, you know, they might be. Great men ain't good and good men ain't great. Everybody likes, one thing people like is titties and wings. And if you can get titties and wings at the same time, you know, it's a good day, man. Women like it too. So like that's really the biggest purveyor of strip clubs now is women. One of the asses straight. That's why I don't understand when they're like, oh my God, how could you cheat on me? Oh my God, I'm appalled. How could you do this, Brandon? And they be the main ones liking that shit. Like you like women too. So like why the fuck wouldn't I like women? So like, you know, if you get a chance, not on this show, Google what the porn that most women watch. And you'll see is girl on girl. White men look at big dick black porn for whatever reason. Don't know why. It's weird. Don't judge. But I'm just saying, like one of our busiest nights at the lounge is when we do a cabaret or we do the what do they call it? A male showcase for women. Women are freaks.
Nah, male
They're
showcase.
just not freaks for you.
That's crazy.
Like they'll do it for somebody. They just might not do it for you. Like some of the cheating stories that I've heard, some of my friends, man. Oh man, it's not heartbreaking that she cheated on him. It's heartbreaking that she did all the nasty shit that he wanted to get done to somebody else. It's terrible. Women are terrible creatures. Love them though. Diabolical. But all right, anyway, my bad. But yes, Jaden, if you're never in Charleston and you need somewhere to go, we have a safe place for you.
Yeah, I definitely like chicken wings, so I'm gonna have to hit it up. But speaking of booty, we got to talk about this head coaching tracker for the Jags. So,
oh Jesus!
I know somebody said we could skip this segment. I'm trying to see who it was. Oh, Charles Walker said we could skip the Jags segment, but you know we got to talk about it, Charles. And some bad news for Jags fans. So, like I mentioned before, this website is accessible to anyone. Just type up Jaguars head coaching tracker if you're a fan of the Jags and you want to keep up. So, some major news coming out of this would be that the Jaguars have completed their first round of interviews with these 10 selected/requested candidates. You can see the bullet points right there. But out of the 10 selected candidates, 3 of them got called back for a second interview. Those 3 people would be Robert Saleh, the former...
We call him back?
Yes, the former coach of the New York Jets. Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. And lastly, Liam Cohen, the Tampa Bay Bucks offensive coordinator. So these 3 had their second interview scheduled on MLK Day. And one thing that I would like to add is that these are in-person interviews. So if I'm not mistaken, Robert Saleh was one of the only coaches to have an initial in-person interview, but now the second round of interviews will all be in person. So James, out of these 3 coaches being Liam Cohen, Patrick Graham, and Robert Saleh, who would you take? I know this is just not what we were expecting.
Well, all. Liam Cohen did something that my dog Crow has never done. That was wrong. I love my dog Crow. He pulled out of the so we're down to they're going to make these goddamn DEI hires have got to stop. We can't have 2 foreigners. We can't have a foreign head coach and a foreign owner. And what the fuck did Patrick Graham do in Las Vegas that makes us just say, you know what? We need him. You might as well. Fuck, is it too late to bring back our last coach?
What about Byron Leftwich?
Byron's not coming. Byron said fuck them last time when we turned them over last time. Nobody wants to be around Balky, man. That's the problem. Is bulky is the problem.
We are hopeless, right? If this many coaches are turning us down, that means we are a failure.
Yes. Yes.
There's no hope.
There's no hope. This motherfucker's gonna make me work, man. Brother, like
I can't believe what actually.
I was mad about Leon Cohen yesterday because I was supposed to be the guy.
Oh wow.
And now I'm mad that the motherfucker didn't like. Now when I look at compared to what else we got out there, the Aaron Glenn, like go get Aaron Glenn, man. Fuck that shit. Dump the truck to Aaron Glenn. Tell him we'll bring in Martin Mayhew or somebody else to oversee Balky. Balky's getting fired, and like, man, this is bullshit, man.
Even young coaches don't want to start to their career. They don't even want
this fucking stank on us.
That's
like, do you know how bad it is when a coordinator, like the one thing you become a coordinator to become a fucking head coach.
Right.
Joe Brady got a job, got him cooking in Buffalo. Ben Johnson went to Chicago and said, look at like where it's fucking like negative 30 degrees right now with a wind chill factor of negative 50. A quarterback that paints his fucking nails and tastes his words and all kinds of dysfunction. And he looked at the beautiful weather, beaches, Trevor Lawrence, franchise wide receiver, high draft pick, and said, nah, I'm good. Nope. Not going to be able to do it. Aaron Glenn got on Pivot, right? Had a great thing where he talked about, like, just, like, it's what you want in a coach. Like, again, it's just so many things that are unnecessary that we sometimes feel like we have to do, but we do it so that we can be 2 times better and shit. Aaron Glenn was having restaurants doing numbers. Then Aaron said, his wife said, it was yelling at the TV, said, bitch, go coach. Get the fuck out of my living room. You're getting on my fucking nerves, yelling at the TV like a special needs person. Get out there and coach. This man went from he went through every aspect of what you need to be in an organization. From a scout, like not just a scout, like the grunt scout, then driving from college campus to college campus, then to being an assistant DB coach, being quality control, being a lead DB coach, to being a coordinator. Like he's gone through steps that nobody else wants to go through, so that when he becomes a head coach, he knows what it's like to be every position in the organization. And we said we're gonna go give an Armenian. I think he's Armenian. A offensive coordinator who doesn't have as much seasoning, and a guy who will give us a chance at all. And then a guy who just got fired, whose whole staff just got fired. In this top 3, 2 of these motherfuckers were not asked to be at their current job, at their last job. Stop looking at this as football for a second, right? And just look at this like normal things. If your top 3 candidates were 2 of them were people who failed miserably at their last job, is that what you would want? Man, what this shows is that we're taking and we're fucking this up so that when we start with new freshness and new hope, and after the stadium renovations are done. I don't know what's going on, man.
We're ugly.
This is where the TK Kirkland thing comes in. I don't know what's going on. The way the people think is shit fucking scares the fuck out of me. The thought processes that they have. Oh man, brother.
Yeah, this is pretty tricky for Jags fans. I feel like they'll lean more towards. For some reason in my heart, I feel like they're going to lean towards Robert Saleh as a coach, but could be wrong. But from these 3 options that we do have as fans, I'm scared for the season, for the next couple of seasons, to see how it will go, especially with the confusion in the locker room this year. And as a fan, I really still don't know what happened, if it was Doug's fault, if it was the players' fault, if it was everybody's fault, if it was Balky's fault, Shad's fault, because, you know, you have to blame fault. You have to have faults in these situations. So we will keep you guys informed on our socials and on our live with
here's me right here, Jaden. I gotta play this.
Vlad, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, Vlad. I've been here a long time. To hear some of the things that come out of people's mouths, their thought process, literally scares the fuck out of me that people really think or say the things that they're saying.
That's me with the Jags.
Totally agree with that.
The combine is so much fun. It's supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be even more fun when you have more things to do, because you have a coaching search, you have all of this shit to do. And the fucked up part about it is, if I had to pick between the colored guy and as my grandma calls them, the new niggas, the Arabic guy, I want the Arabic guy. But as a black man in media, I get tasked with the impossible like shit. If I'm critical, I'm being a coon. I'm critical, overly critical. I'm not giving the black man a chance. If I'm overly optimistic in the beginning, I'm only doing it because I'm black. It's a lose-lose. It's not fun for me. It's not a fun position to be in. I'm gonna have to preface every show with Chris to be like, I want my brother to be successful, but yo, what we doing here, man?
You gotta take up your inner Uncle Ruckus.
I gotta be Jason. Do I gotta be Jason Whitlock if we hire a black coach?
I'll let nigga know I don't like you, nigga.
Yeah.
And it's because you're black.
James Whitlock.
I know what I'm capable of. I was in the Spaces the other day. That'd never not be fun. But just side note, if Jason Whitlock comes to the fucking Super Bowl, I'm losing all my credentials. I will not be invited to the NFL, to an NFL game again. So I'm literally running across the tables and I'm drop kicking this fat ass. With Cam Newton. Me and Cam's gonna be like, Cam Newton had it's like the wrestling in WWE when somebody random comes out, like a random person comes out. Cam and Whitlock are tussling it, and all of us out of the crowd, who is this? Oh my God, it's Big Game James with a chair. He suplexed him through the tables. Nah, oh my God, Polo Kid, that would be actually now I want him hired. I can always change my tune if he wins, but like I am going to sing. This is my new selection. Something I wrote for this head coach. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Sing along if you know the words. Don't trust them, no. That would be my style. I hope it. I just want them to win. It is more fun when you win. Like 2017 was so cool. It was so refreshing to win that we forgot about every other news story that happened. Like we forgot about National Signing Day. We forgot about like everything. We didn't know. Like all of a sudden, like, oh shit, we got stuff to do. And what was it? 2 years ago, I'm looking at the videos and stuff from when we were in Kansas City, man. I'm like, it was fun. It was it's cool when you win, but like when you lose, you just start to lose hope. Like you want to because the other guys could suck too. But if I got to pick with all of them, give me Salah. At least I think one of my friends knows him. So like
That's you racist.
that's the only good thing out of this is like I might get like some more inside information, but like just I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what to think with this situation. I honestly talked with my family about it. They asked me my opinions because they know I'm in this space. I don't even know. That sounds weird, but I'm in this space now, and I'm just keeping up with the Jags. And yeah, I told them, to be honest, we were talking about Aaron Glenn specifically, and I was like, as a Jags fan, I don't know if I would want to see like a black coach as a Jags coach, just because I feel like if he does bad, they gonna kill him in Jacksonville. And I don't know if those same sentiments would go for Robert Saleh as the quote unquote new N-word, but I don't know how this will turn out. And I feel like this really falls on Balky and then the players too as well. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky out here. It's gonna be real tricky. So we will transition into the Ravens. I have a couple of some videos and some stats about their recent loss to the Bills. And I just wanted to share this with you all and to show how important it is to not turn the ball over. So the Ravens are the first team in NFL history to rush for 175 plus yards, complete 70% of their passes, average 10 plus yards per pass, convert 70% of their third downs, and have no punts, or miss field goal, all in the same game, regular or postseason, and they still ended up losing. Now those turnovers, super, super costly for them. And one of the drops as well by Mark Andrews. And imagine if somebody did this to you, James. This is such a backhanded compliment. So Bills fans donated $45K to Mark Andrews' back charity after the divisional drop.
I mean, you gotta have perspective.
Nah, don't give me the money, bro.
Mark Andrews is a plant. Mark Andrews was sent here to kill Lamar Jackson's legacy. Like, because if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, it basically shits in the face of everything that the NFL has told us that you can't do. Like, he did not run the 40. He did not sign a traditional agent. He let his mom do his negotiations. He's done everything the way that they tell you not to do, and he's flourished and been successful. So they had to say, how can we it's quick. It was a quick pro quo. They set him up on the inside. Every famous black movement has always been killed from the inside out. The FBI planted Mark Andrews in here. Forget Lamar's turnovers. Two things in that game we can look at and go and say it directly infected him by Mark Andrews. Not catching that when he was wide booty, butt ass naked open. And when he made a catch, all he had to do was go forward. He all of a sudden thought he was Reggie fucking Bush. You're a fucking tight end. You're not a juker. He tries to juke and then just coughs the ball up, and then they recover it while they were driving. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to look into more things, I could look into how much more terrible of a person Mark Andrews is because of doing this. That's why I like all these memes he's getting. I like the bullying works. They said, did you see that? I don't know if you sent it to me or somebody sent it to me, and they were just like, pass this phone to somebody who fucked the entire team. Yeah,
I sent it to you.
They put Joy Taylor's face on him. Is it Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews wouldn't fuck the team, and then they put Joy Taylor's face in his Ravens jersey. Did I tell you I talked to Jason Taylor, and I completely forgot to ask him about Joy.
Wait, when was? Oh, in Miami?
Yeah, in Miami. Like, he was walking out of the athletic center when I was walking in.
I think it's better you didn't mention his little sister.
Well, she's good. She's talented. Multiple ways. Now, if I see Atro at the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be like, hey, just keep doing that too. Or I know he'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways,
that's hilarious. So we got some news out of the NFC title game, James. Did you get everything finalized for your trip to this game?
I'm going. I just don't know who I'm going with. I think my guy Steve. Oh, let me see. I told you that ticket, man. That's why I said what I said. I cover everything up. If you want to stay, I'll pay like that. That's how I knew expensive that ticket was going to be. I was like, hey, I'll get you everything else if you can get here. But
what's good, brother?
Hey, are you coming to the game on Sunday?
Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, that's all I want. Hey, you got to talk to them young knee highs that you got. They talented, but I can't take them nowhere with me if I don't get content 4 days after it.
You just got it?
I don't have all of it. I have pictures. I still don't have video.
So I have not that you give a shit, but I met them boys about a month ago. We did a tournament down in Texas for the U.S. Army All-American game, and my job is to do like a YouTube series for it. But I needed B-roll. They're like in charge of the B-roll. I have all the main stuff, bro. That shit was December. We got back December 23rd. I still don't have the footage from them either. Now they're in Atlanta, so I'm gonna have to put a fence around the city because they just drove after battle. They drove back up here, even though they live in Kentucky, so they're gonna be here a week. So I don't care if I gotta go hunt them down. But for them, it's more like, bro, just send me a Google link with all the videos.
I said the same thing. I said, just send me. I said, you can do your edits. Do your edit whenever you need to. Send me the video. I said, send me the raw footage. I got people who could do that. So, anyways, man, I was just calling about the game. So, all right, I need to get it finalized.
What time are you flying into Philly?
I'm getting on the first day smoking. So I think my flight's at 8. So I'll get there like 9:30, 10. Go grab some breakfast and then head over there that way.
Perfect. I need to get that. Okay. I'll book my flight today.
All right, man. Bye. All right. Well, there we go. Finalized.
Shout out.
I'm getting in and out. So I'll be back in time to do the news.
Shout out to Steve. Met him recently. Cool guy, man. That's all I can say. Cool guy. Definitely taught me a lot so far. But James, this is the most expensive NFC title game in NFL history. The average price is $1,310, and the cheapest ticket is $620. This is our Money Moves segment for today. And man, this game is gonna do numbers, especially with the price of these tickets in Philly. NFC title game. A lot of stake on the line. Rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels doing his thing. How excited are you to experience this game, James? And is this your first NFC title game, or have you been to an NFC championship before?
I've never been to a championship game before.
Nice.
I'm super excited about it. So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just mad that I can't get the full experience that I know I can get. Because my connect will be at the East West Shrine Bowl. So I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna just keep seeing if I could I just want a little pregame sideline pass. I don't want to be on the sideline for the whole game. I just want to be there just to take pictures and just say, hey, I'm better than everybody. I got connections more than everybody else. That's the only reason I like doing that. But yeah. So, but that's still gonna be cool. It's gonna be cold. I make Steve, but you know, I tell you what he said. The tickets cost, like for him, what it cost my connect.
No, to like get the tickets for y'all.
Yeah, like so, like the player, like you can request tickets. You have to pay for them, but you can request them. They're $400
for two. Oh, okay.
So like that's $600 for the cheapest ticket, man. That's like they ain't even trying to get over on you, really. They just trying to make a little markup.
Dang, that is crazy. No, wow. So yeah, the tickets are costly, but this game is one of the ages partly because of these two players right here. So this is Jaden Daniels among the postseason so far. And to preface this, he is a rookie. So this is his ranks among the remaining quarterbacks this postseason. So passer rating first, touchdown to interception ratio first, passing yards per game first, yards per pass first, and the completion percentage is second with a 69.7 completion percentage. James, do you think he's going to show out for this NFC Championship game like he's been showing out in this past season, or do you think he'll hit a few road bumps with this Philly secondary and the Philly D line?
I think, I don't think. I mean, they're 1-1 on the regular season. Again, this game is going to come down to Saquon. So, but I think Jaden Daniels is going to get his. So, and I just don't see him winning. And I'm trying, but I also don't want him to win. But I mean, if he wins, he'll be the greatest rookie.
Yeah, Dan Marino, maybe.
You know what? I keep forgetting. Dan Marino did make the Super Bowl as a rookie, and then never got back again.
Yeah.
See if this guy answers the phone. I just love randomly calling friends. He won't answer. I hope he doesn't. I hope he's not going to not answer because he owes me money. It's not a large enough sum for me to not like him, but like he's still really, really good. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna do this one day. If y'all motherfuckers don't answer my phone when I call you, keep calling you, I'm gonna put your and you don't have a actual voicemail message. I'm gonna let that bitch play so the whole world gets your number. And then you gonna have to no, I'm just joking. I know somebody who has experience being here, and that's Sean King. So I want to, I got to get Sean on to talk about, what it's like to be in this position. So I think it's really, really cool. But Jaden is very impressive, man. It's kind of one of those things where you never really thought you would see, because again, I grew up in a time where a black quarterback was a rarity, and now it's like that's who all the fucking quarterbacks are.
Yeah,
like coming up in the high school ranks and the top ones in college, and just it's really true fairness. And
good white ones got black guy swag.
Yeah, like Josh, my quarterback at Mandarin. Knox swag the fuck out.
Trevor Lawrence, not a lot of black guy swag.
Yeah, well, he got like Trevor, like when they try to like knuck on him. Like I seen him like when we won, somebody tried to buck up on him, and he was just like he was ready to swing. Okay. Like they're young enough now that you can make that flip. You can do that, Mike Norvell.
Yeah.
Like you can do the Josh Newberg. I'm trying to think. It's somebody else who I've seen do it. Like they was real ethnic, very very urban, and then when they got a little older, cleaned up, straight back hair, like
They turned into the regular whites.
Yeah, turned into the regular whites. They're exciting whites now. But then they turned into a regular white.
They can talk about their dark past.
Yeah, I was going through something too. Like nah, it's a cool convert. I don't hate on it. Like it's something I can't do. Like I don't hate. Again, I'm the type of person who tells you don't deny your privilege. I would never deny my privilege. That I cater to my strengths. Like so, if the battlefield is even, that means you did a terrible job of preparing the battlefield. That is a wartime quote. So like that you could take in real life. So, but no, I like these young bulls, man. I'm here to see an exciting game. Hopefully it won't be that cold.
Yeah, super excited to tune into the conference championship games. Super excited for that. And we got our Big Games BS segment. On Monday, we did celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And Sexxy Red spent this day apologizing to the King family. So she posted this AI generated image of her and Dr. King right here. And Bernice King, the daughter of MLK, said, quote, "This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil and human rights and to end war and poverty. Please delete." Before you go into this, James, Sexxy Red did issue an apology. She said, quote, "You ain't wrong. Never meant to disrespect your family. My apologies. Just reposted something that I thought was innocent." Bernice then responded back with this: "Thank you for your apology, which I sincerely accept. Please know that it was not my intention that you be denigrated. I value you as a human being. I hope you understand my concerns about this image. I know that my father has become a bit of a caricature to the world and that his image is often used with no regard to his family, his sacrificial work, or to the tragic, unjust way in which he died. Parentheses, a state-sanctioned assassination. Unfortunately, I regularly challenge the disregard. I earnestly wish that people would imagine what would it feel like to see their deceased, murdered father repurposed for party flyers, unjust legislation, etc. All the best to you, young lady." So, James, what do you think about this innocent situation between Sexxy Red to the King family and to specifically Bernice King?
I understand where she's coming from. I also understand where Sexxy Red's coming from. I also think that this could have been handled a little bit differently on both sides. First side, one, Bernice as an OG that has all kinds of connections. You could have reached out and found out a way to get a hold of her and talk to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say, "Hey, you know, I understand what you're trying to do, and I appreciate you trying to do something to honor my father, but respectfully, could you take this down?"
She's probably trying to make an example.
And this is what she did. Was she made an example out of Sexxy Red publicly, and this is why people say women hate women. Because to be honest with you, that picture right there, in comparison to other shit that we have seen,
Turbo's worse.
Yes, a lot worse. That's innocent.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't put her twerking on her dad. What she said was, without saying it, is that your image, the way you live your life, is so bad that I don't want my father affiliated with it.
Right. That's the real point.
You literally just undressed her without undressing her.
Maybe she needed it.
And you made it feel like it was. And I agree with you, Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
But what you did was you tore down someone, and everybody's going to agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but your dad with a fade in a beard and gold teeth is disrespectful. An AI generated image with him looking at a successful young black lady, regardless of how she got her success, is not. In particular, your dad liked hoes. You're right about the state sanctioned murder. That's documented. That there was a lawsuit that the family got, and they found that this is to be true. Trump also is about to release the FBI files that talks about how your dad was a drunk and was cheating on your mom and doing a whole bunch of other shit.
Of course he would.
But I mean, it's already kind of been bare rusted in his autobiography. Talked about it. Like, your father actually was more the story of what your father actually is. And I was talking with Kyle. I hope you got to some of the stuff, Kyle. I'm gonna send you some more things on MLK. I'm just trying to get you some age appropriate stuff for your son. Don't want to give him too much, but some really good stuff on him. But like, he was a man. He beat white hoes. That was his vice. Like, we're not just beat him up, but
I was like, what the hell?
Like BDSM more. I think when you think about it, it's like, some people like to get
MLK
choked. They like to get beat. He was into bondage, like and shit like that. Like he was beating white women.
That's a lot. But I mean, it doesn't.
Apparently, allegedly, the day when he got murdered, he was supposed to be going to go see a black chick. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that just like when you start looking, don't look into your heroes if you're a judgmental dick.
Right.
Because but just look at them as flawed individuals that did great things. And most people who do great things aren't necessarily always good. Because in order to do it, you have to be pushed back. But my thing about this is that he liked hoes. He hung out with gay men. Actually, if you really read about it, I know people are gonna hate this, but if you really look at who Jesus hung out with in the Bible, in that book, allegedly, he was more like MLK. He was more like the people that y'all would go out here and say that you don't like. He wasn't hanging around a bunch of good people.
Yeah,
he was hanging around the most flawed individuals. They hated tax collectors then.
Yeah,
and one of the books that was written was by a fucking tax collector.
They would say, like, why would a doctor be hanging around healthy people?
It's basically what it is. So, did you do this to Aaron Magruder when he made one of the greatest cartoon skits about if your dad came back? Did you do this did you do this to Florida State when Turbo put up the fucking thing? That was way worse.
She couldn't put up all those fires. There's too many.
And so by doing this one, but this is where you choose to focus. It is clearly an attack on what you believe her character to be. And that's where I have a problem with, because you could have, as an older woman, this is a great opportunity for you to be able to pull a younger woman to the side and just say, hey, baby. Or a better thing to do, and then she could have still made her statement. Sexy Red could have still issued her statement. Mm-hmm. But baby, what is an appropriate use that she could have done to honor your father? Don't just tell her not to do it. Tell her how to do it.
True.
It's a learning moment. And now you could have probably made other people be like, you know what? Cool. This is why I say, because again, and if she was a bully like that, oh, I know this bothers you. Oh, now I'm finna really, like if she was a dick, she could have really been like, oh, now I'm finna really fuck it up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same bitch that put out a lip liner called with gonorrhea.
Right.
Like, so it just shows me that she's a really good, she's inside. She's an industry plant, but she's a good kid inside. But here's my problem with Sexy Red. To quote the great Kanye West, don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you're going to end up apologizing.
I don't mind the apology.
I don't mind it either, but like she didn't do nothing wrong.
She did. And then honestly, from another perspective, if you look at the picture, it's funny what AI have done. Like 5 years from now, you could look at this picture and think, okay,
it was a real
Sexy
thing.
Red next to Martin Luther King, looking at where we have come. Yes, we have gotten a lot of money and fame and stuff like that, but we have also paid a price. So, I mean, you can look at it as a piece of art if you wanted to. Right. There's so many ways to look at it, but she chose to, maybe she just tired of it.
There is a viral like painting of MLK, Malcolm X, like all of our great black heroes shooting fucking craps. Your dad has an actual picture because he was a pool shark. He could really play pool. And as a pastor, when he was in college, he would pay bills by going to pool halls and play pool. Your dad was a real dude. Stop trying to make him this like the
This is as tasteful as it's gonna
get. Yeah, that's like, to me, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not mad at her about this, man. Like Sexy, I'm thinking Sexy Red. Like, have you seen what Sexy Red has done? Or said, like, it could have been way worse. I'd be like, you know what, baby? I want to be mad, but this is good, baby. Good job.
I'll contest. This is the most artistic thing Sexy Red has ever done in her life.
Ever done. Most like artistic and tasteful.
Yeah.
Like since we've known who she is.
She might have stumbled on it. But.
Yeah, like pussy pink, booty hole brown, Sexy Red. This is the picture that came out. You know what? She's liable to have an AI generated image of MLK eating her ass.
You're right. Right.
And that's what could have happened. and saying "Let freedom ring." But yeah, Primo, it was J. Edgar Hoover. It wasn't just J. Edgar Hoover had shit on everybody. And he was also J. Edgar Hoover was also a cross-dresser. So again,
What,
brother? So,
what,
brother? That's what. So you know the. You ever notice that J. Edgar Hoover was the only person that said the mob didn't exist?
That's funny as hell.
And but everybody else was a communist and ruining the country. The mob doesn't exist. Do you know why he was always saying the mob didn't exist? He liked to go to Vegas. And you know who runs the mob? Vegas. And you know what they got on him? All the shit that he needed to get. Hold on one second. T, what's up? Hello? What's up?
Hey, I got a big meeting from 2:30.
While James is on this call, guys, yeah, I wanted to share this information with you all. Little innocent, like James was saying, I kind of agree with the sentiments of, I think this was one of the least hostile posts or even social media activities Sexy Red has done, but I understand from Bernice's King's point of view of just the public image of her image she didn't want her father's image to be tarnished by Sexy Red. I understand both sides as well. I just thought this was ironic, being that we just celebrated the holiday, everything coming into fruition. It's just something crazy, crazy, crazy. And I hope you guys had a great MLK Day as well. College football weekend as well. These last couple of weekends are going to be packed with sports. Huge shout out to y'all for staying part of the show. While James finishes up his phone call, we got a couple more clips to show y'all, and I'll explain it right now. So Jacksonville, for my people living in the Duval area, 904, we have this body cam footage of a police officer by the name of Mindy Cardwell struggling to remove a firearm from a victim's waistband and discharges the gun, shooting the man in her leg. We got that video coming up for you in a bit. And then we'll finish off the show with LeBron James's greatness as well. Him throwing down a monster dunk again. I don't know how he can be stopped. And he's putting up historic numbers as well. And then we got to finish the day off with the 3-time NBA MVP Nikola Jokic and his historic season again. And we're super excited to get through the rest of the show with you. But just to touch more about this Sexy Red situation, I'm surprised Bernice King even responded to Miss Red online and with everything going on, and her word choice for some of the for the response she gave Sexy Red about the reasoning for wanting her to apologize, wanting her to speculate and ponder about the reason why she did it. And it was just interesting because you see the clash of generations that is occurring right now. And especially when you think of public image, that's why James kind of...
You can set up the next thing.
Okay, cool. And excuse me. And that's what was so interesting to me with that was the generation gap. And so, like I mentioned, we have this video of a Jacksonville deputy, Mindy Caldwell, shooting Jason Arrington with his own concealed carried gun. And so this is a quick video shown by 2 different body cams. And I just want y'all to see this video and tell us your reaction. Do you think this was wrong? Do you think she should be reprimanded, fined, fired, what the case may be? So here you guys go. And I'm going to play it for you right now.
Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Shit. You okay? Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me.
What is this we got going on? Hey.
Oh, shit. You okay? Put the gun down. Put the gun down. You okay? Nope.
My bad. We got some Domo news that we getting. We just signed a couple offensive linemen. So again, Domo's finna be making a splash in 2025 if I'm around. If I'm involved with that shit, god damn it. All right, what's it? It was not the newest way that the reparations will never pass. My black people I'm sorry, it just won't. Do you know how? But this is how they're going to give certain blacks their reparations: police brutality. Somebody in your family might have to get unalived. You might have to take an ass whooping. But if you just do it the right way, you will get rich. And this right here is one of those ways to get rich. I just don't know when we will all get tired of this shit. It's just, we have to pay this as taxpayers because that means the police's insurance has to go up, and then we'll just I want to put it in perspective before we watch this. Our soldiers in an actual war zone have more rules of engagement for non-Americans than actual Americans policing other Americans in a non-fucking war zone. If you want to go to war, just sign up for the fucking army and take your ass to a real war zone. But it's crazy. It's crazy. But go ahead, play this song. Go ahead, play this, Jaden. Sorry about that call I had to take.
No, you good. I was just explaining to them the last couple of segments we got, but just to give you some background.
Yeah, I don't know if you're talking or not. Miles isn't here, but I can't hear. So,
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? Okay, I'm just gonna play it.
I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Shit. You okay? Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me. I appreciate that, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. You okay?
They can hear it.
You okay? No. Hey, rescue 1068. Let's go. Rescue 1068. Hey, man. Walk with me. Walk with me. Go ahead. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Hey, he's very compliant. He does have a pistol on him, so.
Where's your pistol at? On my side. Okay. So, put your hands on top of the vehicle for me. Put the gun down. Put it down. You okay? Nope.
Can you guys hear me?
I didn't even see so Jaden, tell me what I saw that they hit. Did they tase him or something?
Y'all can hear me? Can you hear me?
Maybe we got to change this might be the layout.
Hello? Hello?
Say something, Jaden.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, so they tased them. Damn.
Hello?
That's crazy.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. This is awkward.
They can hear him.
Okay. All right. That's tough.
She shot him with his own gun.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Dang.
Oh, and somebody in the comments had the nerve to say that wasn't worth $20 million. Fuck that! You bitch! You shot me.
Can y'all hear me now? Dang.
That's crazy.
James, can you hear me?
Mm.
Hello?
As a guy who owns guns, this is yeah. That's great. Anyway, we'll figure this out. But as a guy who owns guns, that's one of my biggest fears of getting pulled over by police. Is that they'll look me up and see that I'm holding a lot and just I don't know, man.
Okay, he's muted now.
Okay. He unmuted himself. But
Can y'all hear me?
So
Can you hear me now? Okay.
they say you sound like a Verizon commercial. What other BS we got? I guess go because if we don't have, I got. God damn, man, that's wild.
We have got Unkstats, Notre Dame, Jeremiah Smith, Pryor, CFB Championship,
Right,
Ben Johnson, Bears head coach.
We already got that. We had the BS segment.
Okay, so Sexxy Red MLK. So we're just on Officer Mini Cover.
Yeah, that's
you want me to play so you can hear it better? We can run that back. I can put it on.
No, we good. I know. Now that I know he got fucking shot.
Then we got LeBron James.
Okay.
James is a lob throwdown.
This motherfucker.
It's gotta be a surprise first reaction. All right, we're gonna have LeBron James defying grandfather time yet again, except for that ball spot.
Yeah, you just need to go ahead and. I think LeBron would be the greatest by everybody if he just went on ahead and shaved his head.
For real.
Because think about it, Jordan wasn't the greatest when he was still fighting it. Now Jordan lost his battle when he was like 24. So like I don't think Jordan's always, but it was the 80s. It was different era. People didn't give a fuck about their hairlines like that. But when MJ shaved his head bald, that's when they started winning.
Was Deion better? Oh, actually.
Deion had the curl.
Yeah.
No, actually Deion started winning championships when he cut his hair. It just works that way.
All right, so let me see what the caption is real quick. It is LeBron James lob throwdown. Let's see who's this against. The Wizards.
Good rebound by Reed.
Who is that on?
What's crazy is LeBron is really starting to look more and more like the dad from Crooklyn every day. I can't remember his name, but it's crazy.
Can you hear me?
Take a look back at this in slow time. So who sets it up here? Boom. Sees LeBron cutting through, just like the old days. He's getting his D Wade on. Lay it up. Gosh.
Wow,
man.
he got up there too.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
The sustained greatness that he's had. You know he got to play well because of the Diddy stuff.
He's implicated as
because he's been around everybody who hangs out with Diddy. They think they Diddy bop him.
Ain't him and Drake going through it?
And then Drake's mad because he was at a Kendrick Lamar concert. So, this man is just amazing. I
wonder if he's going to sign that poster for that guy. Would you want that poster if that was you are a young guy in the league?
No. No. That's the problem. If that man asked for that, like that's the problem with this world. Have some pride. All right, it's like Jalen Rose still gets mad when people talk about 82 that Kobe put on him. Or whatever that number was. Like, yeah, like, nah, I mean, it's like they made commercials about it and stuff. Like, he can laugh at it, but like, no, I don't want that just happening to me.
All right, so we got his stats.
He got a triple-double, man.
Yeah, boy. Oldest player in the NBA to do.
Okay, like, all right, I get
with the 20-point
him lying about his hair, but I don't need cartoons. Like, Faded a little bit.
You got the cartoon Beijing.
His hair, the fade is supposed to happen on the sides. His fade has happened at the top. Like fade the top of his hair.
Oh no, you can.
Mic check. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you now, Jaden. My bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think
Feel me? You feel me now? You feel me?
I think
no sense.
It's okay. We're going to be Trump from now on. There's no more working from home. Everybody's got no more remote working. Well, even if we're in Alabama next week, we're fucking driving to the lounge.
no, this was whack. I was trying to explain to you the video that happened with the cop, but yeah, she tried to take his Glock from the holster and
he got shot by a fucking Glock.
Yeah, it looked like a Glock. And she ended up shooting the quote unquote victim with his own gun. So yeah, that sucks.
Damn.
And this happened on December 13th, 2024 from the body cam timestamp.
This just happened.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, they probably stuffed it.
Well, they charged him. And now the DA dropped the charges.
That's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, 20 million. Somebody said 20 million is too much. Bitch, you shoot, let me shoot you. And then you come up with an adequate number for it.
Yeah, and I saw that this morning before the show, and I didn't even know what to expect, but because you would think you would hear more about it, but this is just so embarrassing.
He was amazingly calm for somebody who just got shot. I don't know. There was only one person who was more calm in a situation where they got shot. A couple years ago, there was a guy who was trying to help his autistic client, and the police got called on him. And he was sitting there, and he was with his hand. He's like, he was doing what the cop told him to do. He was sitting with his hands up in the air, and then he shot him. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, you shot me. Why did you shoot me? My hands are in the air. I don't know. And the cop was like, it's just, dude.
He was so
y'all are so, if you're afraid, you do not need to do that job.
Right.
I'm with people, pay them more money, give them more training, but let's stop this bullshit that you just comply. Because the other part of it is, unless you're rich, it could fuck up your life. Arrests are on your record? You got to pay to get that shit taken off too. Right. Or not necessarily pay, you got to do things to get that shit taken off. Right. And what if you have shit to do that day? Like, not just like real talk. Like, I got to pick my son up, or I got to go, or I have to go to fucking work. Or for a guy like me. You okay? Technically work for Duval County Schools. So if I get arrested, even if it's for something simple, and I gotta get booked, it goes through the record and I can get fired. So I'll comply if I actually did some shit, but if I ain't do nothing, why the fuck would I comply?
Not only, if you see other people with wealth get pulled over, they're indignant about it. It's a demeaning position to be in for any human.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's really your opportunity to try to flex, because in that moment you feel like you have something greater than me. Right. Now, what I told people is this: if somebody shoots me or I get don't y'all motherfuckers lie and say James would have won a piece. I want a riot. Like, no, like James and the MFTK Foundation would not want. No, I am on record. No. I want blood in the streets. Please riot for me. No. That is not what I would want. I am not MLK. But the thing is, and if you do something like I told him, like if my son gets pulled over, he better get you better go get an opportunity to be prosecuted, because if something happens to him between, like I said, that's that Don Corleone quote from The Godfather. I fully believe that, and I'm not going to harm the cop. I do not want anything to happen to the cop if he harms my child. I want to look him up, and if he has a child, I want him to deal with the same pain that I have to deal with. If it's your first, I'm gonna kill your firstborn. I'll be in your house. I'm not gonna harm anybody else that had anything to do with it. Now, you know what I'm gonna tell my defense was? I was reading this book, Exodus, and he didn't have lamb blood, extra lamb blood, and God told me to take out the firstborn child, the firstborn son. And you took out my firstborn son, I'm returning the favor. It's just, it would not be any safety in the streets. I do not want to, I have been arrested before. It is not necessarily a fun process. It is a lot of bullshit that you got to go through. And the reality now, if I did something, I did that shit. Cool. Like, let's go through it. I would do my time, chin up, chest out. But I will not, what I will not do is be held accountable for you being a scary son bitch. Like, you did not have to fucking pull me over. You got my the crazy part is, if you got my license plate, you can find out where the fuck I'm at and do it in a safer situation.
Right. That is true. Yeah.
Like, you do not have, like, you pulled me over for speeding. Clearly I was in a rush. So you slowing me down is like, you can send me the ticket. The crazy part is, a lot of these situations, a lot of these situations that police officers get themselves into, and people are like, you just don't know how tough it is and dangerous to do their job. You didn't have to pull me over right then.
Those people don't know.
You could have just looked. You don't know how terrifying that shit. So the only thing, what I do when I got pulled over, literally, and I didn't even realize my headlight was out. I got pulled over leaving a high school football game. And like, just generally, the police officer pulled up. So what I do in my car, over my my rear view mirror, I have every credential that I have ever gotten that year. So when I see them pull me over, I flip them bitches out and I turn them over, just so you know. You decide to do anything, somebody coming to look for me. This might not be the black guy that you want to do something to. I'm polite. I have my license out. I have all the other shit. I don't tell them I got a gun because they get a little ornery with them guns and shit. But like, I just, like, this right there. First Coast News, Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. It was wild as, even if I didn't have an ID, bitch, do you see the fucking picture? It says my name. When you run my tag, you know everything about me when you run my tag. So it's really redundant. You even know if I don't have insurance. Because it will tell you if you don't have insurance. But like, the point is if you're afraid, don't pull me over.
Don't even get the job.
Definitely don't get the job. The problem is there's too many cowards doing this shit, looking for like a thrill.
You should never be a cop for just the money. You should get paid right, but it shouldn't be your servant.
Jason Hayes, I've been there as a young man growing up in the hood. I literally had, it's nothing worse than getting thrown on the hood of a hot car on a cold day. That does not tickle. It does not feel good. Like, but they, listen, man, some of the shit.
Can you hear me, James?
Yes, man. But that's all. What we got? What we got next?
Can you hear me? Okay.
JS, am I? Oh, you got me. You don't have the. I'm looking at this. We on a whole nother thing, Miles.
Can you hear me?
James, you lost again?
I think so. What you got up here is.
What did JSO do? Wait a minute. Warren Sapp didn't get shot wait a minute. That was not in Jacksonville.
Authorized JSO Police Department Lauren Johnson, who was assigned to the JSO Cold Case Unit. The incident information report was associated with the Central Communications Record and was submitted on December 23rd, 2024. The incident information report contained the following pertinent information. On 12/13/2024, approximately 5:11 p.m., officers working Group Violence Intervention in District 1 conducted a traffic stop for a violator who ran the traffic control device around the West 30th Street on Main Street. Oh, shoot. Investigation note, the group Violence Intervention Initiative utilized officers working in enforcement-related secondary employment status. Okay, so they're like, what, off-duty cops or something? During the last traffic stop, the driver advised officers that he had a firearm handgun on his person. Officers removed the driver from the vehicle as one of the officers was removing the firearm from the driver's waistband. Oh, it discharged. Wow, striking the driver in the right thigh. The driver was...
They had to take him to the trauma unit. And they had
funny.
to take him to UF Shands because that's the trauma, which is one of the worst fucking hospitals you can go to off 8th Street. So not only did he not get the adequate care which he can afford, they sent him to the place that's known to just patch you up. It's what Shands. Oh my God, I did not know it was in Jacksonville. All right, holy shit. So just so people know what's happening in Duval County, she lost her job right before Christmas. Holy shit.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
That is getting shot right
He almost, I believe he, like, the one thing you do, place like, so there's so many, like, there's so much blood loss that can happen. Like, getting shot in the thigh is not where you want to get. Like, getting any injury to your thigh is not what you want. Like, that's crazy. I didn't even know this happened.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
One, I've hung out with Warren before. This is your fault, Warren. You could have hit me up. We would have made sure you were taken care of, dog. All of this shit would have been cleared away. Also, like the calls that I make too, sometimes when I think a police officer is being a little aggressive, I call T. I call all my people that know. Like, fortunately, we have a Democrat in office right now. I have a decent relationship with her. I don't have the same one that I had with Mayor Curry, though.
Yeah.
Like, so I would call Mayor Curry. I was like, I'm calling, brother, how bad you want this job? Because trust me, this shit ain't going to end. It's not going to work out for you. Not the way that you think. I know who won. As I tell people, he doesn't even like you. He wants to meet with me. He doesn't want to hang out with you. Like, you're just a nobody. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this. Like, it's not what you, it's what Dave, and I'm not Dave Chappelle level, but it's what Dave Chappelle said in the comedy special. He's like, he's not in office to help you out.
Right.
He's here to help. I'm rich. He's here to help me out. I'm just like, some of y'all take that shit and embody it a little bit too much and really don't know what the fuck you be talking about. Like, I'm going to be good. And I ain't got to do shook and jive and say, did you see that motherfucker said daddy's back?
McDonald and Roseanne, yeah. I saw the rap video. Roseanne was rapping a video.
But no, saying it was McDonald a black man?
No, he's a white guy.
Oh, it's a black man that said daddy's back. And I said, yo, my G.
Can you hear me?
Song with Roseanne.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, man, we gotta get fathers back in the home. But yeah, you don't want to get shot in the thigh. Don't want to get shot in the thigh. That's tough, man. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, we got to do it from our side more on Miles. When Jaden shares his screen, it blocks his audio.
Can you guys hear me now?
When he shares his screen, it blocks his audio. So take. I think that was that the last thing?
Yeah.
All right, so let me tell y'all about the shit that happened with me. And y'all tell me if I should be mad, right? So I need y'all, I need advice. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to social media for parenting advice. So I have a son by the name of James Anthony Coleman III. We call him Trey. Trey wants to be really good in football. So his dad decided he wanted to play 7-on-7. I don't trust people with my son like that. So but I also had the shit with Domo and a bunch of other stuff going on. So I said, fuck it. I'm doing one thing. Why not do another thing? So we created 12U football. My son makes plays. I don't know if he's good or not. I think he's made plays. He has the potential to be good. I don't want to be that dad, right? That's over here thinking my son is better than what he is. And then I'm crying because he's not getting plays and all this other shit. I don't do, and even when I coach him, I don't do daddy ball. Miles has seen me coach. Everybody's seen me coach. I've benched his ass before, but he makes plays. So against my better judgment. They came to me like, I don't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was around, he hasn't had an IG for very long. But he says, Dad, I'm only going to talk to my friends and you can monitor it, blah, blah, blah. So I made him, and he's not old enough. Never mind, let me not snitch on myself. Bottom line is he has an IG. And he talked, for the most part, he barely on it. He's on like every other kid. He's on fucking TikTok. But he posts stuff. He posts his football clips on his IG. He talks to his friends. He texted me yesterday, hey, Dad, I'm going to read the text message chain that I got because it threw me off. Because just the whole scenario threw me off because in this city of Jacksonville, it's the biggest small city in the world. Everybody knows who I am. Hey, Dad, someone from OTF is trying to get me to play for them. What's OTF? 7-on-7. Where's the org and who are they? Now, my son is 11. He says the Stingrays 14U. They want my son to play up to, like, he's a young 12U. They want him to play fucking 14. You could be 15 years old and play 14U as long as you didn't turn 14 before January 1st. I said, hell no, you're not playing up. You're too young. He's like, I'm not sure that's what you're too young. 12U. I'm not sure that's what the username is. I said, tell them to call me. He said, I gave him your number. And I said, you don't respond to messages like that. So that's just how, my son alerts me to this. So I have my son's IG. I go and I look at my son's IG. This grown-ass motherfucking man slides in my son's DMs and says, what's up, my boy? He says, yo, what's up? What's up, my boy? How would you like to come play for OTF 12U? And he puts purple and green fucking hearts after the shit. Now upon first I read this, it was mad because upon further research, their colors are purple and green. But why are you fucking sending hearts to little boys?
The game changed in a crazy way.
I would, but I'm on my dad's team, MFTK, and he fucking loved it. What about fall? I play for UC. I love that my son said that. He said, I play for UC. No, I think about it, bitch. I play for UC, motherfucker. What's your dad's number? I'll shoot him a message. My dad said, nah, is it 12U or 14U? He said, I'm not playing 14U. Hit my dad up. He said, 12U, can you let him know I messaged him? And he did. I'm fuming right now because why the fuck is a grown-ass man in my son's DMs? Particularly if you did your research on my son, do you know who the fuck my son is? Like, and I know the coach I know the guy who's over the Atlantic Stingrays, so somebody should have told him that's probably not the dad. It's a way you go about this. So here's what was said, what was sent to me. This is how a guy who allegedly doesn't fucking know me texted me. What's up, boss man? This coach CJ, the recruiting coordinator for the Atlantic Stingrays 12U and 14U. I've seen this. I'm reaching out regarding your son. I've seen this film, and I must say he's great. And we would like to extend an invitation for you guys to come join our 7-on-7 team. We will play the best competition there is to find. I'm not sure if he showed you my page, but just ask him to show you the video from the tournament we had last weekend. We would love for you guys to come join our family.
What film?
He sent videos. They played in a fucking local tournament that I didn't want my son to play in because ain't nobody playing that shit. He's a part of a group that decided to kind of conspire fucking against me to put all their kids in a fucking local league beating up on each other because Duval niggas only care about being the best in Duval. So I respond to him, if you was in the best tournament, where you at battle last week? Where my teams were at. Nah, no, sir. Did you hear about the 365 Youth Exposure Tournament at Bowles High? We played in that last year. The best talent was in Miami last weekend. I don't want my son to be the best in Jacksonville. Nobody cares about that. It's like being the tallest midget. You're still short. Even if he was used to dealing with people with no dads at home, you still go through the adult at that age. You don't go through the kid. I'm just letting some of y'all know you weirdos. It's child predators out here, man. Don't be a weirdo. Go through here's the thing. Do your research. Find the adult that is in charge, because here's what has to happen. An adult has to take that child to practice. An adult has to sign the waivers. An adult has to deal with every aspect of that. You go to the adult, and when you do it this way, what it shows is that you're afraid to go talk to the adult. I don't operate it like that. And this is a group of people who already had some issues when it came with kids and stuff. In this world where we're in a recruiting coordinator for fucking 12U and 14U, bitch, they ain't getting no recruiting.
How much you get paid?
0.
Okay, I was about to say, because I can do that job.
No, it's no money in that. It's nothing at all. Like most of these 7-on-7 code. But the crazy part is that I'm looking at this like, you see my son's film. Brother, there's 5. There's me, Chris, Jamal. That's it. There are 3 black men in sports media in Jacksonville. There are 50. I think there are 50 former NFL players that live in the Jacksonville metro area. I coach at one of the biggest schools in Jacksonville. Everybody knows my social media. Everybody knows that I coach for, because this is the same organization that talks shit about the organization that my son plays for. You see, somebody probably should have told him. Like, just not to even reach out to the kid. Oh, you like this kid, Trey? Oh, that's big game, son. Reach out to big game. Don't reach out to my son. Like, I don't even know how to respond to this guy, because but one of my friends did say this, because I also think it was a stock message.
Okay, well then.
So I believe it's a stock message, but the fact that somebody thinks my son is good enough to try to recruit him away, that is a cool sign. That means we're going in a step in the right direction. That people are good. But it is just, I'm just telling you, anybody, and actually I got to call my mother. It reminds me of when recruiting happened for me when I was a youngin', and my mom called, I think it was a coach from, actually she was right. It might have been a Penn State coach that did this. But my mom said, "Are you a pedophile? Why are you calling my house and asking for my son without entertaining me? Are you some kind of pedophile or something?" And my mom was just like, my coaches had to tell her to back off. If any coach on any level, this is free game by big game. Some of y'all have some sons that are going to be really good. Any coach from any level that tries to bypass the parent is that they're not doing things in the best interest of that child. You don't bypass the parent. You go directly to the parent. You talk to the parent, and you do your research until you can get to that parent. Now, if you wanted to engage and say, "Hey, man, where do you play 7-on-7? Can I talk to your parents?" Real simple sentence that could have made this happen the right way. But it shows you're more comfortable talking to little boys. And for me as a dad, that's a red flag. I don't like men who are more comfortable talking to little boys. I'm dealing with recruiting now, and I still go through the parents before I get to their most precious resource, which is their kid. And these are kids who probably can't, who are about to start making decisions for their life through them. So as a guy who's involved in all of this stuff right here, I just want y'all to realize that this is a cautionary tale for people. And you know, and I wouldn't call it out if there wasn't a lot of fuckery that goes on with youth sports right now. And I'm seeing it, and my job as a guy who's getting involved with it is to make sure that I can't protect everybody. But what I can do is protect those who are around my circle. And that's what people are here, and use my platform to raise awareness about some shit. So, you know, I'm not as mad as I was yesterday, but I'm just saying, maybe if I'm overreacting, you know, I would love for people to tell me that, James, you know what, man, just you missing the point. And I'm cool with if I'm missing the point. But I do happen to believe I'm a big believer in chain of command and doing things the proper way. And you know, yeah. So on that note, man, I hope everybody stays warm, stays safe, does the right thing. You know, while you're out here in these streets, if you don't have to leave the house, try not to leave the house. Spend some time with your family, vibe, do some cool stuff, man. But, you know, outside of that, look out for Big Games Gridiron. We'll be posting a lot of our clips. Hopefully today I'll be getting some of this shit from OT7, and we'll be uploading all of the stuff. We got plenty of pictures and things to go around. Also, it'll be on Den Media Group. Shout out to my guy Honor, 5-star from out of San Diego that plays for Domo. It's his birthday today. And shoot. Oh, also looking to try to expand the channel. Please, can we put that polo kid thing? I do want to give my props to. I do want to give props to my son. My son, I do want him to know that he handled it pretty well. The only thing he could have done better is just let me address it. Don't talk to adults. But I love that he showed loyalty to his coaches and his team. But on that note, man, I appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me. I'll see you guys next time.